You're sitting in a cafe. A bell chimes, your mouth waters, but it's not food time, it's just a bell. Bam! And your body's already betrayed you. That's the power of Pavlov's dogs. The experiment that cracked the code on how your brain gets hacked by habit. Here's what Ivan Pavlov did back in 1897. He rang a bell, then gave a dog food. Rang a bell again, food arrived, over and over. Soon, the bell alone made the dog salivate. No food required. A neutral stimulus paired repeatedly trained the entire nervous system. Your brain wasn't the experimenter. Your brain was the dog, and your brain loves shortcuts. It's wired to see patterns. If X happens, then Y happens. Your brain automates the prediction. Next time X shows up, your body prepares for Y before you even think about it. Researchers found this conditioning happens so fast, so deep, you never see it coming. You scroll your phone, buzz notification, dopamine fires. You're not actually thirsty, but someone texts, your throat tightens. You see McDonald's arches while driving and suddenly you're hungry. The song from your ex's playlist plays, your chest tightens. A Zoom meeting room opens and your cortisol spikes. Neutral sounds, sights, songs paired again and again with outcomes your brain remembers. Now trigger automatic reactions your conscious mind can't override. But here's the kicker. Pavlov's experiment wasn't just about dogs. It was a blueprint. Advertisers know it. Tech platforms weaponize it. They engineer sounds, colors, timing, notifications, all paired repeatedly with rewards or fears, until your body reacts before your mind can question it. You're not choosing, you're responding. Like a dog to a bell. This week, run this 48-hour audit. Pick one trigger that hooks you. A notification sound, a lunch commercial, a social media refresh. Every time it fires, pause. Notice what your body does before you decide. Don't change anything yet. Just observe the autopilot. Write it down. You'll see the pattern Pavlov saw. Once you name the habit loop, stimulus, automatic response, the conditioning, you own it. You're no longer the dog. You're the one holding the bell. You're sitting at your desk and you've decided you'll just check your email once. One quick look, but you tap the refresh button. Nothing. Tap again. Still nothing. Again, and then, boom, a new message. Your brain lights up. Dopamine floods through. You got the hit you were hunting for. Bam! You're already reaching for refresh again. That's Skinner's box, and it's already pulling your strings harder than you know. Behaviorist B.F. Skinner spent decades watching pigeons and rats perform the exact same way you just did. He discovered that the brain doesn't care about predictable rewards. It craves something messier. The surprise variable reinforcement. He proved it. If you give a reward every single time an animal does something, they learn, but if you make the reward random, unpredictable, they become obsessed. Compulsively repeating the behavior over and over, chasing that next hit. Think about it. Video game loot boxes, slot machines, your Instagram feed. You scroll, not knowing when a post will stop you cold. That's variable ratio reinforcement, hardwired into your nervous system. The same neural circuits lighting up for gambling as for getting high. Social media companies didn't invent this pattern. They just reverse-engineered Skinner's experiments into an app. Your brain loves shortcuts, and this one whispers, keep trying, and magic happens. Here's the kicker. This works whether you're conscious of the pattern or not. A study found that people pull email refresh nearly 3 times a minute at work. They're not hunting for information. They're hunting for the rare, random reward. And the apps know it. Twitch, TikTok, dating apps, they're all tuned to spacing out wins just far enough apart that you can't stop. The pattern is the product. But warning, knowing this changes nothing if you don't disrupt the loop. So here's your 48-hour move. Pick one variable reward trap you use daily. Could be email, could be social media. Remove the unpredictability. Set a rule, check once an hour at a specific time. Scheduled, predictable, boring. Your brain will resist like hell. That resistance is the signal you're breaking the chain. You're not powerless in this design. Your brain is primed to seek shortcuts, but you're the only one who can choose when to step away from the lever. Knowledge. You're a newborn, starving. Your survival depends on food. That's the logic, right? Wireframe over there dispensing milk. Comfort matters, sure, but you'll eat. So you crawl toward the wire. You drink. You're fed. But when a cloth doll sits next to it, offering nothing but soft texture and warmth, you abandon the wire. You cling to the cloth. You return to the wire only when you're desperate for calories. Bam! Cloth wins. Every time. That's contact comfort, and it already rewired your understanding of what a baby actually needs. In 1958, psychologist Harlow watched this play out with infant rhesus monkeys. He built two surrogate mothers, one steel wire offering milk bottles, the other terry cloth offering nothing but touch. The monkeys chose cloth. They clung to it. They used it as a secure base to explore their world. When scared, they ran to the cloth mother, not the wire feeder. Researchers found something stunning. Proximity and comfort weren't secondary perks of parenting. They were foundational. Your brain is wired to prioritize connection over calories. Here's how it plays out in your life. A manager gives you a raise but never looks you in the eye. You feel unseen despite the bump in pay. Your partner provides financial stability but avoids physical affection. You feel untethered, anxious. A brand offers discounts but no community. You scroll past for one that feels warm. Your brain runs the monkey logic. The wire provides resources, but the cloth provides safety. Connection isn't nice to have. It's infrastructure. But here's the kicker. Harlow's experiment gets weaponized constantly. Abusive relationships offer moments of tenderness sandwiched between cruelty, and you cling harder, desperate for that cloth touch. Cult leaders wrap ideology in belonging and emotional warmth. You abandon your own judgment to stay close. Brands manufacture intimacy through social media. They offer no real value except the feeling of being seen. Your brain's ancient wiring gets hijacked by people and systems that know exactly how to serve the cloth while starving you of everything else. So here's your move. For 48 hours, audit your close relationships and major commitments. List 3 people or one organization you're clinging to. Ask honestly, are they the wire offering just nutrition or cloth offering genuine security and warmth? Are you abandoning better options for the familiar false comfort? Write it down. Don't act yet. Just name it. Your brain loves shortcuts. It will confuse familiar with safe. Naming the difference is how you break the pattern. You're not a baby monkey anymore. You get to choose which mothers you cling to. You're stuck in traffic. 20 minutes. 30. You've tried 3 different routes. They're all jammed. You stop trying. You just sit there, accept it. Your brain isn't even looking for exits anymore. Bam! You've entered a cage of your own making and you don't even know you're trapped. That's learned helplessness, and it's already pulling your strings. Here's what happens. Your brain is prediction machine, right? It learns fast. The moment it detects a pattern where your actions don't change the outcome, it recalibrates. Why burn energy fighting if fighting never works? So it shuts down the effort circuits. Researchers found that repeated failure, genuine, inescapable failure, rewires how your nervous system responds to adversity. Your brain literally stops generating solutions. Look around. A job interview goes badly, so you stop applying. Dates don't go well, so you stop asking people out. You pitch an idea in meetings, nobody listens, so you stop speaking up. On social media, you get ignored enough times, so you stop posting. Each time, same mechanism. Repeated "nothing I do matters" becomes "I don't do anything." The brain believes its own training data. Here's the kicker. This wasn't even your failure. Your brain learned it wrong. A single relationship ended, one rejection from an investor, one boss who didn't get it. And suddenly your brain is operating under the assumption that the entire category is locked. You generalize one loss into a life sentence. But warning, this loop gets weaponized constantly. Poverty traps you in learned helplessness. Limited resources mean real failures pile up faster. Abusive relationships drill it in deliberately. Algorithmic systems train it. Keep showing someone what they failed at and watch their engagement die. Your brain, which evolved to learn, becomes your prison architect. So here's your move, and it works fast. Pick something small where you've gone passive. One area where you stopped trying. Anything. For 48 hours, treat it like a beginner experiment. One action a day, no attachment to the outcome. Just action. The goal isn't to win, the goal is to prove to your nervous system that your choices still matter. That effort has a path, that you're not in a cage. Your brain is plastic. It unlearns helplessness the same way it learned it, through experience. One win doesn't overwrite the whole pattern, but it cracks the spell. And the moment you remember you can move, the rest opens up. Picture this. You're in a room. A kid sits nearby, watching an adult. The adult walks up to this inflatable clown doll, Bobo, and just goes off. Hits it, kicks it, throws it across the room, yelling the whole time. Then the adult leaves, and guess what happens next? Bam! The kid does it. The exact same aggression, same moves, same rage voice. That's social learning, and it's already pulling your strings. Here's the thing, your brain loves shortcuts. It doesn't want to figure everything out from scratch, so it watches, it copies. When you see someone do something and it looks successful, looks rewarded, looks normal, your brain doesn't ask permission. It just learns the pattern and plays it back. That's the mechanism. Researchers call it observational learning. And it's how we inherit not just wisdom, but also cruelty, anxiety, and shortcuts we don't even know we're taking. Let's make this real. You're doom-scrolling Twitter at 2 a.m., watching someone absolutely destroy another person in replies. Vicious, clever, gets likes. 3 days later, you're meaner in your own arguments. Or you're at work, watching how the senior person talks over juniors and takes credit, and suddenly that's your play too. Or dating. You see a friend game people distance themselves, play hard to get, and it works. So you mirror it. Your brain watched the script and now you're acting it out. But here's the kicker. This cuts both ways. You're not just learning aggression from a doll or a tweet. You're absorbing confidence, generosity, how people handle failure, what vulnerability looks like when it's brave instead of weak. Kids who watch people solve problems with patience instead of rage. They do the same. You're constantly being rewritten by what you observe. So here's your move. For the next 48 hours, notice what you're actually watching. Not scrolling past, watching, absorbing, taking in as how things are done. Is it making you meaner, smaller, faster to judge? Then swap one input. One person, one creator, one conversation you're observing. Pick someone who does what you actually want to be. Watch them instead. Your brain will do the work. It always does. You're 8 years old. Your teacher sits you down and says, "Your speech is terrible, you stammer, you need to fix how you talk." You feel your throat tighten. You didn't think there was anything wrong before, but now you're hyper-aware. Every word feels risky. You start hesitating. You pause mid-sentence. Within weeks, you're actually stuttering. Bam! A problem you didn't have got installed in your brain just by being named. That's the Pygmalion effect. The power of labels to become self-fulfilling prophecies. And it's already pulling your strings. Here's why your brain does this. You're a prediction machine. Once you get a label, shy, bad at math, forgetful, chaotic, your brain treats it like a script. Researchers found that labels activate stereotype threat, a neurological response where your brain literally becomes worse at the thing you've been told you're bad at. The label becomes a lens. You filter behavior through it, and you perform worse because you expect to perform worse. Picture a job interview. The interviewer says, "You're not really a natural speaker, right? Your amygdala spikes. You stumble on words. You avoided eye contact. You actually became worse at speaking in real time." Or dating. A friend says, "You always rush into things." Suddenly you're sabotaging good connections because you're watching yourself to prove them right. Or social media, you're tagged as the funny one, so you perform humor constantly, exhausted, unable to just be present. But here's the kicker. Labels are weaponized everywhere. Schools label kids as gifted or struggling, and they become exactly that. Workplaces categorize employees as high potential or deadwood, and career trajectories follow the prophecy. Marketing primes you as health conscious, and you buy products you never needed. Negative labels are even more potent. Once you're marked as toxic, broken, or difficult, you start internalizing it. Your behavior shifts to match. Here's your move: the 48-hour relabel challenge. Pick one label someone has given you, about work, relationships, abilities. It can be a compliment or a criticism. For the next 2 days, actively disconfirm it through one concrete action. If you're indecisive, make a quick decision and don't second-guess it. If you're the listener, not the talker, lead one conversation. If you're not creative, make something small with your hands. Watch how the label loosens its grip when your behavior contradicts it. You're not locked into the story others wrote about you. Labels are sticky, but they're not permanent. The moment you see them for what they are, predictions pretending to be facts, you get to rewrite the script, not. You're at a summer camp. You don't know anyone. On day 1, they split you into a cabin with 11 other boys, and boom, your brain instantly wires them as us, and everyone else as them. You don't even know them yet. Your brain just made that choice. That's the in-group bias, and it's already pulling your strings. Here's what's hardwired. Your brain didn't evolve in a world of 7 billion strangers. It evolved in a tribe of maybe 50 people. So when you get sorted into a group fast, your brain treats that group like it's your actual survival unit. Researchers found that we do this automatically. We favor our group even when the group was assigned randomly, even when nobody's gained anything from loyalty yet. Your brain loves shortcuts, and us versus them is the ultimate shortcut. In 1954, psychologist Sherif did exactly this at a camp called Robbers Cave in Oklahoma. Two groups of boys, kept separate, developed fierce loyalty to their own cabin in days. Then he had them compete. A tournament, resources, competition. The groups didn't just prefer their own people, they started hating the other cabin. They sabotaged their stuff, threw insults, refused to share meals. Think about how fast this happens in real life. A new startup has engineering and sales. Boom, they're rivals. You join a political tribe online and suddenly the other side becomes cartoon villains. Even at the office, your floor versus the floor above, your fantasy league versus theirs, your browser, Firefox versus Chrome, and somehow you've got opinions about people's character based on that. But here's the kicker. Sherif didn't stop at the conflict, he introduced something brilliant. A common enemy, or rather, a common goal. A water pipe broke that threatened both cabins equally. They had to work together to fix it, forced cooperation. And something remarkable happened. The in-group walls came down. They started making friends across the divide. By the end, friendships crossed cabin lines. The kids even donated some of their prize money to the other cabin. This is the shadow side. Your brain's tribal machinery can be weaponized. Marketers use it. Political campaigns use it. Social media platforms algorithmically feed it. They want you tribalized because tribalized people spend more time, share more, rage more. Here's what you do. For the next 48 hours, notice your us and them moments. When you feel a sudden kinship with a group or sudden disdain for another one, no judgment. Just notice it. Ask yourself, did I choose this alliance or did my brain assign it? Then deliberately interact with someone from an out-group you've unconsciously formed, a different background, belief, or even just a different hobby than yours. One real conversation. Not to change your mind, just to make them real. Your brain will push back. Tribalism is fuel efficient, but here's the thing. You're not trapped in that cave. You can see the mechanism working. And the moment you see it, you own it.